Hi, and welcome back to Inspired Method Marketing. We are the Edmonton Business Coach, and we are here today to talk about what makes you different.
Yes.
So we're going to dive right in here. My name's Karen, and this is my husband Trevor, and we're going to share a quote here today from Seth Godin. He says, "In a crowded marketplace, fitting in is failing. Not standing out is the same as being invisible. Boring is invisible. Remarkable people and products get talked about." That's a big, jam-packed quote.
Yeah, it's huge, but it's so true because, there's so many businesses out there that if you want something special and unique, you have to stand out. You can't be boring anymore. Boring doesn't work anymore,
So in the US, the main obstacle to success of a small business is generating new business. It's plain and simple. That's like the biggest obstacle, is always getting clients to come in the door and generating more business. Stay in business.
Yeah, you got it right. So just being another restaurant, bookkeeper, handyman, or retailer isn't enough anymore. It takes thought, insight, and ticking some people off in order to stand out, but it's worth it.
Yeah. I just witnessed a whole conversation on Facebook about this very thing, about being polarizing, and boy, did the conversation get very polarizing. I'm sure they're getting a lot of attention over there. I said, I'm out. I don't want to have any part of it. So what is one mistake that new entrepreneurs make when trying to differentiate themselves?
When we're talking about new entrepreneurs, people who are just getting started in business, they make the common mistake of thinking that they want to win on price only. They're going to be the lowest price offering out in the marketplace, and that is a recipe for disaster. Anybody who wants to just be the lowest price provider. It happens more often than you might think. Everyone when they get started, let's say in the trade that I was in for a number of years, electrical, you can get started relatively inexpensively, low barrier to entry, and you don't have a lot of overhead costs, true. But if you ever want to take a day off or hire some people, you have some expenses and some other things that come along with owning a business that you may not have been thinking about. And then price isn't always the number one factor that people are looking for. They're looking for speed, convenience, they're looking for a unique experience. Mm-hmm. So just focusing on price is never a winning strategy.
Okay, so then what do I think about first when I'm just starting, to get thinking about my unique selling proposition? Where do I start?
Well, where I start is with the customer, right? Thinking about the customer. Who is that ideal and likely buyer? Who do I want to serve in the marketplace, right? And then I think about, what is the competition doing? Right? What are they up to? How are they, making the service extraordinary for, if you're going for the same ideal and likely buyers, how is their offering different than mine, and how can I spruce mine up in order to outperform them, beat them out, and make myself stand out in the marketplace? So those are the couple of places where I would start, Karen.
Okay. How can we use the 5 senses to create a wow experience? Well,
that's a great question, because if you think about it, we communicate in a lot of different ways. Like, we can communicate with our facial expressions, whether I'm happy or sad or grumpy or irritated, you can create with that. But we have 5 senses that we get to use and create wow experiences with our customers. Think of your sense of smell for a second. Mm-hmm. Have you ever walked down a mall near the food court and you smell that fragrance of cinnamon buns, right? What does that do? It makes you want to go and get a sample, and it makes you like, oh, save me, Lord. Oh, I cannot stop by that station and get myself cinnamon buns.
Usually I have to go in the other direction.
And then what do they do to tempt you even further? They've got stuff ready to go. They've got little bits cut up for you to sample and try. So they're using your sense of smell and your sense of taste to buy. Because guaranteed, I would say probably 50% of people who smell the cinnamon buns have a sample. They go ahead and either buy one or they buy a box to take home.
True.
Right?
So
So
true.
so think about using your senses and other things like music and so forth. They all make a difference. So what's the next question people have?
Well, can you actually break down the music one a little more for us? How can you make that a unique experience for customers?
Okay, well, the best thing that I can think of is in a retail environment or in a salon, let's say,
Or a restaurant?
or a restaurant. One of those places, having the right selection of music can make all the difference. The other side of that coin is if the music is upbeat, contemporary, something that your ideal audience will enjoy, then it just overall makes the whole experience better, right? You're not, irritated by the music, and you're also not falling asleep because the music is so boring, right? So you got to have that right mix of music playing on a consistent basis, and I think that it does make a huge difference in all those environments, whether you're in a salon or a restaurant or even in an office environment. If you have good music playing overhead, it gets people energized, they're pumped up, they're excited to be there. And I think that you can definitely use music as a way to contact and reach out to your ideal and likely buyers and make that experience wow. What about, another section is, what about on-hold music?
Oh,
If you ever have to put people on hold.
It better not be the same music as the last place I was on.
Yeah,
So
right?
boring, yeah.
So if you have good on-hold music while people are waiting, they're more than likely not going to be annoyed with you because you're playing the same lame, weird song over and over, and every time you go on hold it starts over again. Very strange. So having that well thought out can be a differentiating factor for your business.
Yeah, true. So how does service make you stand out from the competition?
Service. This is a huge one. This is where you separate the men from the boys, the the winners from the losers. Service is huge. People will pay extra for better service. It's just a fact. So what happens when they come into your business? How are they greeted? Do you offer them a beverage or a small snack or a breath mint or something? I don't know. Create something different, a unique experience when they come in. How are they greeted on the phone? Is it always with a smile? Do you send an email right away? Like what is it that makes it different? Do you have a uniform? If you are a service-based business, do you put runners throughout the house to make sure that you don't scuff up the floors? Do you make sure that you always wear booties and you have a uniform and a nice hat and everyone has a badge? Like what are the different ways that you can differentiate yourself and provide that top quality service where people are like, it is a little bit more, but man, they treat me right. They always have the right answers. They always answer my questions. They're always friendly. They always go above and beyond and provide that extra mile service. So of course they're going to do what? They're going to give you a referral and they're going to probably use you again. So that's how service can be a big difference.
So essentially, you want to leave everything better than the way you found it when you're serving others.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you think about places like Amazon, why is Amazon.com and Uber Eats and all these places like Skip the Dishes, why are they so popular? Because they are a service that goes above and beyond and makes your life better, right? You can sit in your home. I mean, this is not good. It's tragic. It's tragic, but it's also good. You can be in your home and you can get everything delivered to you.
If you have 3 young kids, it is like amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
So just upping that service level to the next degree so that you stand out from the crowd. And you know what? Amazon is a $1 billion company. They were the first $1 billion company. Why? Because you can order just about anything on there and it gets delivered to your door. Right? Easy.
Yeah. So how does giving back or cause-based marketing help businesses grow?
Well, one that comes to mind right off the top is Tom's Shoes.
Oh yeah.
Right? Remember Tom's Shoes? What's their deal? Buy a pair, they give a pair. And there's more and more companies are latching on to this type of concept to where they have a cause behind their brand. So they're making money and they know they're making money on the shoes and they have enough so that they can pay themselves a profit, pay for the employees to build the shoes and shipping and all that stuff, and also create and give away a pair of shoes to someone in need. So that's one way that you can do it. Another way you can do it is on your website or in all your marketing materials, you can partner up with another organization that is doing something good, doing good works, whether it's digging water wells or creating microloans for people in other countries, people who are less fortunate than us, or maybe it's a local food program or a local program in your city or town that's helping them out. It could be a sports team. It doesn't really matter what, but if there's a cause that is attached to your brand, and people can see that you're reaching out and wanting to make a difference and not just make a buck, a lot of people will gravitate towards that. Yeah.
Are uniforms a way to make your business stand out?
Absolutely. And when you think about some of the best places that we go to, and some of the most common ones, they have a nice looking uniform because it provides that uniform experience, no pun intended, when you're visiting different places. Think about if you went into a McDonald's and everybody got to wear whatever they wanted to wear. Or if you went into, let's say, a nice restaurant like the Keg and people showed up, someone's wearing blue jeans, another person's wearing a hippie outfit or something. No offense to the hippies out there. We love you. But you know what I mean? Like if someone's just can wear whatever they want, it doesn't elevate that experience for the person who is buying, for the diner. What do they normally have? They have a nice clean white shirt, an apron, black pants, trousers or a skirt, and nice shoes, and they look well appointed, right? They've got their hair's done nice. They look ready to go, and that's a big way to make an impact on people. Then you think about, I know these guys get a hard time, but drywallers or painters, a lot of times they show up to the job site and you don't know if they're homeless or if they're actually showing up to work. Right? They just look kind of awful. That kind of doesn't leave you a good feeling in your in your heart when you're leaving them in your house to do some work, right?
Okay, what are a couple other things that you can do that will make you stand out and be more unique?
Well, if you wanted to have a unique marketing or branding, like put it on your vehicle, let's say a vehicle wrap or something that really stands out, could be a massive sign outside your storefront if you have a sign, or a storefront rather. Could be a uniquely shaped business card. I know this one guy who made a metal etched business card that was also a bottle opener. So that's something unique, it's usable and memorable, right? So those are some ways that you can differentiate yourself. I know that you guys can use this, take this and use it in your business, and there's a lot of other ways that you can make yourself stand out in the crowd. That's just a few that we talked about today, and we can come back another day and do some more. I'm Trevor. This is Karen. It's been fun. We are Inspired Method Marketing and Coaching, Edmonton Business Coach, and we'll see you guys next time.